السلام عليكم مرحبا.
Sanu Monisani. Bari.
Ichene.
Sani Bonani.
Habari.
Dumelang.
Assalamu alaikum. Hazard.
Magadini.
Bom dia para você tudo ali. Como é que você está?
Salmonani.
Habari sasa.
Hello, Banjara.
Mulweni.
Mtostwani, Mchwani, Mlishani.
Hello, Idibo. Today, Wono, Nanopoma. Great was.
Eyi yo wanile enlewo.
Jimenan.
Because I was very interested in gaining a fresh, new and modern perspective to the challenges that communities, wildlife and the environment are facing back home.
I think for me, my activism has been defined. If I look at the way in which I packaged the issues, the concepts and the struggles, particularly that I feel we're very segregated to the trans community as trans people, elevating and advancing trans discourse. I come from this program now with a clearer understanding of what I call intersectionality of struggles.
I am taking back that I shouldn't be thinking in a narrow way, because I feel like the concept that has been delivered with the program from these past few weeks, I thought initially they didn't affect the sector that I'm coming from. But sitting down and understanding other concepts, I found the linkages amongst our scope of work. So what I'm taking back is how to integrate all spheres of life in order for us to reach sustainable development.
From my experience with YALI, I will take back one, the importance of understanding and appreciating diversity, and understanding that as young African leaders, we are different based on our experiences, our work, and also we are different because we're influenced by different things from where we come from. So I will take back the importance of tolerating each other, and also the importance of being open to receive knowledge and learn, but also share what you have. So it's about, I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that we need to coexist and appreciate that we all bring different things, but whatever we bring is important for building a brighter future for Africa.
Sensitivity. Sensitivity in as far as dealing with people who I might never have known before. I might never know what their likes and dislikes are. I might never know how they are wired and how they're programmed. And ultimately the fact that I need to deal with people every day, and being sensitive to the fact that we are all different, but we have to move together to get somewhere.
This program is very important for me and for my country, for my community, because I'm learning a lot how to improve the life of the people in my country, and I'm taking many lessons in leadership, in public policy, that I think that it will be very useful in the area that I'm working on, that is domestic violence and human and children rights. So this is a program that is giving me a lot of knowledge that before I didn't even know about it. For example, about the transgender issue, about the environment. So it's a very important program for me and for my country.
My leadership philosophy is that we win together, and so I think the way I lead already is that I want to provide space for people of diverse thinking, diverse skill sets, diverse worldviews to have an opportunity to express themselves and be true and authentic in that space. So I think as the first thing that I'll do as a world leader is to be able to define and give opportunities and environments where people can be able to express themselves. And I think when people can buy into an idea, can buy into the vision and see their personal worth being valued, then I think people are able to go further beyond the call of duty. And I think that's the first thing that I would do by creating that space, and creating space for young people to bring their voice, bring their different way of understanding and seeing the world.
who I intend to keep in touch with and network with in terms of my feminist organizing across the continent. And I think I put in a resource I can tap onto in terms of not just developing professionally, but also reinvigorating my own feminist politics. I also think there's brain power I like to see in the females, and I want to really go and tap into that. I'll be working across the continent, and so I know if I'm traveling to work in Zambia, I know exactly who I talk to. If I'm going to work in South Africa, I have allies, and not just allies, but also friends. So I like the fact that there's networking going on.
And I think this program is going to assist me in terms of developing the necessary networks to ensure that we begin the process of building my country, and also to ensure that as the youth of the country, we are able to participate in decision-making processes and ensure that we've got a bright future. After all, we are not the leaders of tomorrow, but we are the leaders of today, because we need to find those solutions and move our country forward. So,
this important is super important for me, not only because it's building my capacity as a leader, but also I get a chance to meet up with different organizations which are working on the same issues that I work at home.
The first thing I will do is to build confidence in the people, to trust in the government that they have. Because I believe when people lack information in the people who rule them, that's the moment they feel bad about the government. My philosophy is tell the people what is happening, what do they have, and what is the problem, so that everybody will come together and try to put it forward and fight it together.
My philosophy is about empowering each of them and allowing them to become a leader so that we can improve the situation in my country and in Africa.
I always believe that for the difference between like a leader or a boss, that the collective work. So you can only do the plans, but I think I'm more of a leader from behind. That I will always want the work to be collective with the professionals in their places, and for the work to be together, so the outcome, everyone can feel they have part of that outcome.
Well, this is a very, as a young African leader and somebody who could potentially hold leadership positions in the future, I think this program is a good one because it helps you to harness your skills of leadership and to know the different areas where you're supposed to act and be able to make something out of the whole things that go around in our different countries. So I think this is a very important program because we learn what it takes to be a good leader and how to manage certain difficult situations.
My leadership philosophy is that we are building the power of a civilization and not a civilization of power.
It's generally a platform of self-discovery, self-awareness, and sharpening of the leadership skills, and also reflecting on what I've been doing in my community, in my home country.
Having a vision to me is like taking a peek into the future by analyzing where you are coming from and where you have gotten to. Definitely looking at where you are coming from and where you have gotten to will give you an indication of whether or not you are doing the right thing or you're not doing the right thing. And then comparing yourself to your contemporaries also gives an indication of whether the step that you are currently taking is good or not. So it is important to always have a vision as to where you want to go by looking at where you are and where you are coming from. So it is always important to have a vision of the future, of what you think the future should gonna be like. Not necessarily a utopian system, but something that is realistic and then resonant with the aspirations and dreams of the people that we live and work with.
The importance of having a vision, a guide or plan in the work I do. It directs me and gives me the compass of what I do, and then it gives me the strategy and structure of how the work should be done and how it should go and what will be the result of it.
Because if without vision, one lacks direction in life. One needs to understand purpose and calling. Personally, I need to understand what my purpose in life is. That helps me streamline my vision, so that when people give me offer
that does not relate to my vision, I naturally would know how to dismiss it so I don't lose my track. Because if you are working in a way that is not your calling, or if you are doing a job that is not your calling, it becomes burdensome. You don't enjoy doing it. Like in the prisons where I assist prisoners for legal aid, I enjoy doing it. Even when I don't have money, I force myself to visit them at the prison. I go to court, and even after getting the prisoners released from jail, and sometimes they need me to get money for transport, and out of my own pocket I give it to them. So I don't feel the pinch, because it's part of me. It's what I feel I'm called to do, to assist the suffering. So really one has to work in alignment with the vision.
My philosophy towards leadership is you should always keep your ears open and don't think about what you think first. Be open for other people to bring in their opinions, because it's about them and not about you. So if you're open to people, you're going to be a better leader.
My leadership philosophy is around, it doesn't matter what happens to you, but how you react to what has happened to you. That's most important. So I think I cannot blame my race, I cannot blame my country, I cannot blame the situations that I find myself in, but the only solutions to that is that I should have the strength to stand up and rise beyond those situations. Be able to say, that should not guarantee who am I going to be, or who I'm going to be able to influence. So looking at the background where I'm coming from and saying I want to be better and I want to influence other people, for me that's what my leadership is all about. It's about having a brighter future and looking forward and turning the negative things that have happened to your life to more positive. And so that's what my philosophy is about.
I mean, they asked us this in South Africa, they asked us for our leadership statement. I think what was really important that I put forward was that I think good leadership knows when to not lead and when to let other people lead. And I think it's very hard to do because power wants to keep itself, and you want to keep power. Power can be used for good, but also when someone has too much power, inevitably it will become something not so good. So for me, I think if I can find a way to share power in a meaningful way, and not a tokenistic way, in a way that actually gives people capacity and voice to make the change that they see fit. I think that's the first thing I would start to look at if I was in leadership tomorrow. Because I think I've seen over and over again, in our context at least, that when a struggle is overthrown, that power manifests in very, very good ways and very bad ways, and that we should be critical of our power. We should find ways of sharing this in a fair and equitable manner.
My philosophy first would be to lead not in isolation of the people I'm leading, but to lead as a servant, basically serving the people I'm leading. If I were a leader tomorrow, I'll work with my people. I'll make sure that their views, that they participate in every aspect of decisions, and that their views carries more than my view. I will put my own thing aside, and I'll work towards ensuring that, especially the common people, leadership is done in a kind of build-up and not a trickle-down effort.